What's up, everybody? Steven here, the Horror Freak 85, here with Echo as per usual. And tonight we're going to be doing our Camp Blood 9 reunion. So, got a bunch of my fellow co-stars will be popping in, and we'll be talking a little bit about behind the scenes. And tomorrow, I believe, is the last day of the perks, so you can get some Blu-rays, autographs, be a part of the movie. A bunch of good stuff on that. And I actually got to go ahead and send a link real quick to someone else because apparently the email didn't work. Let's see. So I'll do that. And let's see. Oh, looks like first person's here. Hello.
It's got a mic on mute.
Yeah, I see that your mic's muted.
Here we go. Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Good. Now we can hear you.
Awesome. Good deal.
I just got to resend the link to Lily here.
The dreaded mic thing. I don't know how many times I've done that. I'll forget to hit the record button on the camera.
Oh my gosh.
Reviews. I've done that while I've gone like over 10 minutes ago talking about a movie. I'm like, oh, this is so great. And then I look over.
You're talking for 20 minutes with no mic on.
Yep.
It's like, no, forget to hit that record
We've
button.
all done it.
And then you're just like, it's like you're thinking, this is my best stuff ever. Oh, son of a.
It's like perfect speech, and then you just it's gone.
Yeah.
All right, so got that there. So how's your week been, Lizzie?
Busy. Good. Busy. What about you?
Same. I've just been busy, Lizzie. That's it. Let's see. It looks like we got a couple people here popping up there. Joseph, the horror guy.
Yeah, it looks like he got the Xbox Series SX.
So then we got Darius in here. Oh, we got our next person coming up here. Hello, hello.
Hey, what's up?
Ralph!
Yeah.
I am here. I've made it.
Killer Ralph is here. So
I've arrived.
let's see. Whoop. There you go. My mom's popped in saying hello to everybody. Okay, so Lily messaged me. She got that. So, all right. Oh, here we go. And we got Cody.
Yo.
Hey, guys. Let's see. And we got Cheetah's in here. Yeah, it's a party already, and still more people are coming. So it's only half a party right now. Oh. All right. So what's been going on, Cody, this week while we're waiting for everybody else?
Not too much with me. No news is good news. How about you guys?
Work the usual. I work, for those of you who don't know, I'm at Walmart Electronics, so it's pretty busy there. And then working on my show, sending out more invites and stuff, and the usual. So let's see.
Very cool. How long you been there for?
Well, about a year. Have a good night. Just thanks for stopping by, and be sure to catch out the replay. But
Enjoy your game, Joseph.
So yeah, about 7 years with the company. So yeah.
God bless you.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I used to work for the Walmart DC, like the distribution centers.
Mm-hmm.
I was there for like 12 years. Oh my God, what a slave pit.
We got 3 Walmarts in our area, and not only are they adding gas stations, at least 2 of them, but they're remodeling them, so everything's being moved around. So it's like you go to look for something now because everything's been moved around. You're just like, confused what everything is.
Yeah.
Hello, Lily.
Lily, hey girl.
I had to arrow down on the little backstage. I was like, oh, is that the top of another screen? I'm like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah, that's why I said to have it set for that notification sound. That way you can get that sound will tell you when someone's backstage.
Do what now? It has a what?
There's a notification sound you can get when someone's backstage, and that helps a lot.
Hey, I have to figure that out. That would help, especially if I do a show like this again. It's like ding, 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 ding. It's going to be a whole night of dings. How's your week been, Lily?
It's been good. How's everyone else's week's been so far?
Good. I think we've all been pretty busy. So
Yeah.
that's about it there. So let's see. I think what I'll do while we wait, maybe I'll go ahead and show the Camp Blood 9 trailer for people while we wait.
Goody, goody.
So let me see if the screen share works here. I haven't used it here. Let's see. So your screen. Let's see.
Give me a minute. I got a cat that's crying.
Okay. I'm just figuring out the screen here. So let's see. All right. Can people see the screen?
Yes.
Yes,
Cool.
we can.
All right then. Let's go ahead. All right. And first one there. There we go. All right. Of course, we got the who wants a milk? Yeah, let's go ahead and skip that. Lame ass, take one. Who the fuck did slate that shit?
Hey, Assaholics, this is Johnny Obnoxio, and we're here in Black Forest, also known as Camp Blood.
I have an idea. You want to find Camp Blood? Let's find Camp Blood. Yes.
That's always a good idea, right? Oh, I just wanted to pause it for a second because although YouTube give us strike, I didn't mean to hit that because sometimes if you let something run on YouTube, they might be like, "Oh, copyright."
Yeah.
Full of medicine.
I didn't want to
At the
go
time
there.
that I wanted to go into medicine,
I'm loving the angles.
Bride of Blood. Her name is David Arquette.
Well, hello,
and
David
all of you
Arquette.
may remember me from.
And get it back to where it was. Lame ass.
Also known as Camp Blood.
I have an idea. You want to find Camp Blood? Let's find Camp Blood. Yes.
Like Mystery Science Theater that way. I think we all called that the Evil Dead grid.
Yeah, definitely. I love the angles that Shannon got. The footage is amazing. The quality of the footage.
That looked familiar. And we got Eddie more.
Clown's coming for me.
Oh, that's the money shot right there. Look at that.
That sound effect is great.
I love that crunch, yeah.
I love that,
Coming soon. All right.
That's awesome.
I got a question. Okay, this series has been going for 20 plus years. What was the guys' first exposure experience with the Camp Blood series?
I mean, I guess I'll go first. I've watched them since the beginning. I remember watching the first one on VHS when it came out, renting it at a video store by my house called Hastings, and I remember watching the first one on VHS when it came out.
I will be the problem child of the group. I'd actually not heard of it before until getting here. So I am glad to have been introduced to the entire universe.
Hey, Nico.
This is
Nico.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah,
Can you
more
hear me?
now.
There's the man right there.
Pleasure to see you all.
Welcome, welcome.
Same here, brother.
Because I think that I had heard about it, come across it in the past, but it wasn't until recently that I sat down and started watching them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still myself got to watch them all. I've watched the couple of the Mark Polonia ones, and then the 666 Exorcism of the Clown. I watched that one, but I'd like to go back and watch them all. Complete it. So.
Yeah, I think almost all of them are on Tubi now. Like I started watching and trying to catch up on them.
A bunch of them are, but then there's some that aren't.
Yeah, I noticed because there's a few here and there that I'm missing. I don't think the first one's there.
No,
yeah, you're right.
I was just watching Ghost. Not Ghost, but Children of Camp Blood.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. There's almost like are they spin-offs of Camp Blood or?
Yeah, they like Ghost of Camp Blood, Children of Camp Blood.
Children. Right.
So, let's see, DVD demand. Okay, yeah. Darius was saying how he watched low-budget horror movies. It's great. You can also check them out on DVD and YouTube. So yeah, how about you, Lily? When did you come across Camp Blood?
Oh gosh, I think this was my first one. So, but yeah, super happy to finally be on board with the franchise, and yeah, I look forward to many, many more.
Yes.
Franchise, that's the word I was looking for. Not universe. I was like, I'll say Camp Blood universe. That's literally the word I was looking for in my head.
It's in that universe.
The mask is pretty cool looking. We've had clown mask. We had in one of them. We had it looked like it was a different killer, like some kind of skin face mask. But this one looks I like the look of this mask.
Yeah, there's been a few different ones. I think I haven't watched, like I said, the original one, but I guess if you want, we can go down from top to bottom here. Lizzie, what is your role in Camp Blood, and how did you get involved?
Did you say Lily or Lizzie?
Oh, I'm sorry, Lizzie. I'm like, look, Lily's below me, and then I feel like, sorry, but I was asking.
When in doubt, you can shorten Liz if it gets confusing, just because it was hard to hear the connection. But anyways, to answer your question, so I was brought on as one of the special effects makeup artists for the film, and I am supposed to have a role as well in Block 2 that has not started shooting yet, but that is also supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So those are my contributions to Camp Blood 9.
Okay. Someone's car alarm is going off.
My cousins are having a party across the street, and I think they set one of the car alarms off.
Well, they knew a party was going on here, so I guess they just had
it's a party for a little kid, so.
All right, so yes, and now we'll go ahead and go to Lily.
So I played the role of Linda. I was the lead for the band that is featured in the movie. You'll have to watch it and find out what our band name is. But I was also on board as one of the makeup artists for the film as well for the first half that we've already shot. So yeah.
Okay. And how did you hear about it? Who brought you in?
So Wilt brought me in, and it was my first experience working with him and pretty much the entire crew as well. And in my experience, this has been fantastic. It was much better than most of the, quote unquote slasher horror crews that I've been a part of. And I can't wait to see everybody else again on the next one.
Yeah. All right, Cody.
With me, I got in touch with Will when 666 Part 2 came out, and I have a photo. I'm a local flasher in that one. And then I did a remote scene for Amityville Turkey Day. And then I'm coming down in January for cheerleader elimination. And then this came in too. And just kind of asked if I was free. I was like, yeah, for sure, man. And we just kind of went from there. And my character's Bray in the movie. I'd have most of my scenes with Mark and Steven. And I'm kind of like the lackey, the gopher, the idiot, which I didn't have much trouble playing. And I'm kind of worried being this close to Lily again because my cheek still kind of hurts.
I hope it does.
Got a little rough. I heard about that.
I had it coming.
You did.
A few of us had it coming in that. All right, Ralph.
Well, I am the killer clown in this one. So very exciting for me to be like the lead killer. And I agree. Like, I think the mask looks really, really cool. We tried to set it off a little bit better by putting the contact lenses in to make them look a little bit scarier.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, hopefully that did the job. I think it did from the pictures I've seen of it. It looks pretty sick.
Yeah, it definitely does. Nico.
Hey, what's up, guys? Let's see here. Camp Blood goes back to 1999 during the VHS days. And I remember those days. And David Sterling, who started that franchise back in the day, he went to Columbia College Film School here in Chicago. And Will called me up. He's like, how would you like to be, come on board and help us? So I was line producer, executive producer. And I was also Johnny Obnoxio in the film. I had a role as a TV host, a popular one, a conceited one, a funny guy. At the same time, somebody that's an asshole too, kind of treats his microphone guy, his boom guy, his videographer guy like shit, on set. But, I had a lot of fun. So I think this is going to be the best Camp Blood from, I've seen them all. I think this is going to be the best one.
Yeah, I think so. From the ones I've seen, even though I haven't seen them all, from what I've seen from this and the trailer, it's up there.
We're not done yet. I mean, I'm still trying to get Dan Gibb from Revenge of the Nerds. I'm talking to him. He's the ogre, the guy that burps all the time.
Oh.
And Curtis Armstrong, Booger. So
yeah,
if they could come on and do some cameo appearance stuff, that'd be cool. So we got to wait and see. What is it? September. By the end of the year, we should know if they come on board.
Mm-hmm. So nice. And I played Nick, and I'm the director of Lame Ass, and I'm kind of a dick of myself, and get pissed off easily. Funny, sarcastic, a bit pervy. Well, very pervy. You'll see. So yeah, that will be my character. Let's see.
Well, I have to say one thing. I think from seeing some of the scenes and some of the stuff that the behind the scenes stuff, I think like Nico definitely stole the show. Because like his character, some of his lines and the way Nico delivers them is absolutely hilarious. And I think when everybody sees the movie, they're going to see exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
I'm still afraid of the guy.
As long as we don't have the cancel culture call us on and cancel us on. I don't think that'll happen, but
who knows? We'll see.
I hope they leave your lines in there because they were classic. I mean, those are the type that need to be on a T-shirt.
Thanks for making that across the board here, Ralph. So I'll bring that up to the editors.
Absolutely, I would buy the T-shirt. Trust me.
Oh yeah, we could have some interesting T-shirts. Some stuff like that there. Especially a band T-shirt, that would be fun.
That would be cool, yeah.
Have Camp Blood as the last tour date.
Yeah.
You can have like a lame ass T-shirt, you know, like a.
Which was pretty good too.
Yeah. Forest Ranger there. So, what would you say one of the most challenging roles or anything for your character or makeup was a challenge for you? And we'll go ahead and start with Lizzie.
Very nice pronunciation. I heard you loud and clear that time. Most challenging. Honestly, I don't work a lot with prosthetics. For me, that was my most I would say that was my most challenging component of my job. I generally, just the way I work, I like to build everything from scratch, if you will. I do the base, and then I add in this and that and this and that. So I don't really do prosthetics. So I didn't want them to look, you know, for lack of a better term, and to state the obvious, fake. So I definitely had to beef them up a little bit to make them look as realistic and blended in as possible. When usually, like I said, I just build everything from scratch. But you know, the other makeup artists, one of the other makeup artists had already purchased these items, so I totally did not want to let that money go to waste or anything. So I was like, I'm just going to use these. But for me, I'm used to building everything from scratch. So that was my most challenging part. But I mean, I think everything looked pretty great. And I think for Camp Blood, you can also kind of get away with a little bit of like cheesy. So from my understanding of it, so that's what I would say. Yeah.
Okay. And Lily?
Well, I would like to say to Lizzie that the makeup and everything that you did on me was phenomenal. It looked so good. You did so good.
Thank you.
For everyone to see it when the movie comes out. And yeah, the most challenging for me, oh gosh, I don't know, probably getting out of the prosthetics and all of the makeup. I had Anna, I had like Janet with me there immediately, like scrubbing everything off so we could get into our next scenes. But that was probably the most challenging, just the time crunch at the end of the day, which, you know, you work with what you got. And I think as a team, we all did really well.
I don't know if challenging might be the best word to describe. I think it was just me. I was lucky enough to do different scenes with several different people, and just feeling like I was trying to have to meet up to where they're going, so that, you know, I didn't bring them down, and we just kind of met at the same level. And like some of the scenes, like with Steven and Mark, just like matching their creepy and sleaziness, or just, I mean, stuff like that. And then there's a scene I can't talk about doing, but it's like you're trying to step into the role of, from somebody who watched all the Camp Blood movies, hands down the best one I've ever seen. Trying to do that even for a little smidget was basically impossible. It's like stepping into your dad's shoes while your dad's watching you or something. But I mean, it was just, it wasn't, I don't know if I'd call it challenging, or just like it's something I wanted to make sure that I could bring it, I guess would be the best way to put it. And just meeting these great actors and actresses at the level they were at without bringing them down.
All right, Ralph.
Oh, well, I didn't have any makeup done on me or anything because I wore the mask. So I think the most challenging thing was probably wearing the mask, doing fight scenes, wearing that black robe in like 110 weather.
Welcome to Texas.
and trying not to pass out. I think that was my biggest challenge, was not passing out. I remember doing, even when we got in the house, I remember doing a scene with Janet Wang, and we're like getting physical, like we're doing some stuff, and I was so out of breath under that mask, it was like smothering me, and I was like, dude, I'm about to pass out, so I had to peel it off my face for a little bit. So I think that was the most challenging. But other than that, it was totally worth it, because I know it's such a, like, you know, we have such an amazing cast. Like, all the people on set were amazing. Like, they did so much great work. And even if we were up until late, you know, long hours or whatever, it's totally worth it. I think when the movie comes out, it's going to totally kick ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially that last night. We were up all night. I didn't finish my last until like.
I was the last night I filmed until I had to get on my plane, so
Yeah.
I looked pretty rough going to the airport.
I was about to ask, wasn't that the night before everyone's flights, like the very next day? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we just got done. I think I just got done at 3 a.m. and I had to leave straight from there because my check-in was at 4 a.m.
And mine was at 5, so we all went right to the.
Yeah, I guess, but we all jumped in Mark's truck and we're like, let's go. And then I got lost at the airport and almost missed my flight anyway, but thank God, everything worked out.
Oh, man. All right, Nico.
Repeat the question.
Any challenging moments, I guess, behind the set for you?
Producing and acting is kind of going back and forth, you know. That was kind of challenging. You know, I had a lot of responsibilities, you know. I was also looking at people's behaviors, you know, because as a producer, you want to make sure everybody's behaving, you know. Every now and then on movie sets, you know, some people get carried out of hand, you know. But I was also casting agent too, so casting came in easy, and then towards the end, I went through several actors, actresses that were committed, but you know, in this business, there's other people always, you know, trying to take you down. So there was a case where a few other producers, and I've been doing this longer than they have. I mean, probably when they were in diapers, so they didn't get the upper hand on me, you know. So it's just, I'm happy what I did. I'm proud, but when you guys step into my shoes, there's people coming at you from all walks of life who don't want to see, you know, you succeed. Then you get those that, you know, applaud you and congratulate you, but there's always a couple. There's always a couple. I mean, you could be a gentleman and a statesman in this business, and they'll still come at you, you know. It's just, but we won, we prevailed, and you know, hopefully we'll have a premiere too. So I told Will, let's try and have a premiere. You know, if maybe we could rent that Airbnb again and everybody can fly in. You know, I told him, I gave him an idea if, you know, I'm willing to do that, to, you know, to have a premiere at a local theater out there, and
yeah, that would be amazing.
Who comes out?
Yeah, that would be. So I was
free
saying,
room and board, free pickup at the airport. You know.
So I was saying,
we'll
yeah, I was saying maybe a good time for that. Like, I know not all of us, but some of us might already be there for the next filming. Like, if it could be around those dates, that would be perfect because some of us would already still be there. And besides the ones who are local, I forget. Are you in Texas, Lily? I forget. I know someone is. Besides,
I am. Yes, I'm in Dallas.
Okay, so
Nice.
somebody are there. Yeah.
How long have you guys been acting in the industry?
I guess I'll go first. My mom was a theater major, so I started out at 1982.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm pre-internet era stuff. You know, English was not my first language, so I'm multilingual. You know, I can act in other languages. I've done theater in Europe. In 1996, I was on my best friend's wedding as a singing waiter with Julia Roberts. I don't know if you remember that film.
I remember it.
With Cameron Diaz and Rupert Everett. And who else? Dermot Mulroney. You know, it's ongoing. All we can do is be productive and contribute. So, let's see. My highlights were SAG Awards. I was at the SAG Awards at the Kodak Theater in 2002 as an attendee. I didn't win any awards, but they invited me to go watch. So that was kind of, I'm like, why are you guys calling me? I mean, you know, but I got the invitation and I went. And I remember Ron Howard Gary Durden from CSI walking next to me. David Hasselhoff from Knight Rider.
Wow.
Gary Busey, that guy was high on, I don't know if it was Coke or Jack Daniels, but he's got problems, you know. We all know he's got problems, but, you know, we wish the best for him. But, yeah, it's ongoing. I've seen all aspects of the entertainment industry, so this was fun. Tiring. It was tiring, though. I mean, we were all tired.
Yeah.
You know, but it's gonna be good.
All right. So I guess we'll go to you, Ralph.
I'm a newbie at the acting thing, so my first thing I did was Wolf Hollow with Mark Cantu, and I had like a really quick part. Like, if you blink, you're gonna miss me. I think I was in there for maybe 10 seconds. But then after that, I kind of knew, like, hey, this is something I want to do. I have plenty of years in professional wrestling, so it's kind of like this. It's almost the same type of thing. You're entertaining people. You're trying to put on a show. So this kind of become like my new passion. Like, I want to get better at acting, and I try to pay attention to people when they're on set. Like, you know, I was watching everybody acting, like Nico, everybody that has the experience doing it, just trying to pick up like pointers, like what they're doing, and so I can get better and keep doing this type of stuff in the future. So, I mean, when Will called me to be the killer, I was like, holy crap, like, are you serious? I thought he was fucking with me at first. I thought he was like playing a joke, like, yeah, I want you to do this. But then as it got closer, I was like, wow, I'm really going to be like the killer in this movie? So I'm just so honored that they picked me, because I did Turkey Day with them, and I had like a really small part there, and then it actually turned out to be a bigger part. So we kind of switched roles, and I had some speaking parts in that to try to, learn how to read a script and do all this stuff and try to memorize things. And so, yeah, I'm still new at it, but, I'm going to stick around as long as I can. And as long as Will and Julie have me back, I'll always jump on a plane for them no matter what.
Yep.
As long as there's a buzzball, right, Ralph?
If there's a buzzball there that can get me through the flight, sure. Yeah, I'm afraid of flying. Like, I have some fears. Like, that was one of my biggest, like, but I got on the plane and I mastered it. So now I'm kind of comfortable. I will, with buzzballs and everything, I will definitely get through it.
just have them do the A-team on you like they used to do the BA. Have them
just put me to sleep. Yeah, if you can put me to sleep, I'm good. I'm good.
It's not too bad once you just relax. All right, I'm good. So.
I was trying to relax. Like, it was my first flight in like over 30 years. And when I got on the flight from Newark to get to Texas, it wouldn't have been so bad. But there was a guy in the right of me who was like, he was doing like Evil Dead cantations. He was reciting some weird shit, and it started freaking me out. And then the guy behind me was like sneezing and coughing over my shoulder, and I was like, please don't get me sick. So it wasn't great coming down, because I was like, man, this guy is like putting a spell on his plane or something, but thank God nothing happened. And I remember when I got to the airport, I just got on my knees and kissed the ground. That was good.
I know the feeling my first flight. I always set my alarm because my wife's a snoozer, and I'm going to set my alarm and get up. And she set the alarm for PM instead of AM. So we didn't have time to worry about the flight because we were just worried about getting there. And I figured once I was on it, like, as long as everyone around me was calm, I knew nothing was out of the ordinary. So all the noises were fine. So, but it's nerve wracking, man, for sure. So, I mean, I definitely feel you on that one. As far as acting goes, I want to say this is my third year doing it. And kind of like what Ralph was saying, I think that's what I really like about being on set. You can kind of just be a sponge on everyone that's there, and you get to watch what they're doing and hear all the other, sit around and tell the stories and chit chat and just see how they approach stuff and how they do things. You can kind of take little tidbits from everybody to kind of bridge into your own stuff. And I like, kind of like what Nico said also, you kind of get a feel of what people are like on normal day to day, and that kind of gives you an idea of who these people really are, I guess, not to be depressing all of a sudden.
All right, Lily.
Let's see. I've been in the industry for probably going on 5 years now, and my into the industry was I was the co-host of a visual radio show for a couple of years, and we would interview horror directors and actors, cinematographers, like all of that. And that was my into the industry. And I got to meet a lot of really incredible and talented people. And over the years, I'm so grateful for everyone I've met, everyone that's helped me along, and yeah.
Lizzie.
So I have been in the entertainment industry in general for about 14 years or so. I actually, well, technically longer if you count like my foundation of how I got introduced into all of this, which was ballet and opera. Those are my roots. I started there, and then that kind of evolved into theater and musical theater. So I did that for years as well. And while I'm retired from opera and ballet, I still do a little bit of theater and musical theater here and there. Not nearly as much anymore. I really haven't done anything big in a year. I'm pretty much all film industry now, and that part of the entertainment industry I've been a part of for 6 years now. So it's where my heart is. I love it. Like Lily was saying, I've loved everybody that I've met along the way. I'm an actor. I'm a special effects makeup artist. You guys know that, and I'm also a first AD, and I've done some casting as well. So.
Okay. I've recently got into it this past couple years through doing the podcast. I've met a bunch of Mark Clooney actors, and I got a role in The Stalking. They asked if I wanted to be in that. Then I got a small little role in Amityville Turkey Day, just a remote. It's like 7 to 10 lines, but hey, I've been in Amityville, so it was fun. And Will liked my little acting part in it, and was like, "Hey, you want to be in Camp Blood 9?" And I'm like, "Of course, sign me up." So, and also, it wasn't really a challenge, but there was an interesting my kill scene. Lizzie knows, like getting the blood all over me, and we had to change it because it didn't look right at first. So it looked like chocolate syrup, which was like, nah, we got to get and then it pretty much blinded me. It was all
that was rough. You were a trooper. I was like, let me guide you this way so you don't have to open your burning eyes.
Yes, my seeing eye person. But yeah, and then I had to use the same shirt too, so they just had to zoom in on my head, and
that was, I will say, that was one of my challenges too, was just trying to keep you clean, and I was like, this is not happening. So I'm very glad that we found a solution.
Oh, and then when I was running in the one scene, like, okay, so I didn't realize there was a whole line of mud straight down, because in front it was all dry grass out there and everything. So I ran around, like, I didn't look, I just took off running. I fell. I got pictures too, knees first. Luckily it missed my shorts, it just got on my knees, and I didn't get any mud on my shirt or anything, but you can see the imprints. I took a picture of where my knees hit down on the mud. I just went blam straight down. I was okay though. Got right back up, did the other scene, but
yeah, as high as it was, who would have thought there'd be a wet spot somewhere?
Yeah, it was weird, and then I'm like, where did that come from? like I had no idea. And everywhere else it was dry, just behind that spot. That's it. So
it was majorly dry. Like the grass was dying out there. There was like really, how could there be a wet spot somewhere? It's crazy.
I don't know, but. All right, yeah, that was fun though.
Ralph, I will tell you, and Lily, you can probably attest to this as well. I mean, I'm in Houston, but I know you're in Dallas, but it's still Texas heat. So, Ralph, if you thought that this specific weekend that we shot, or it wasn't a weekend, it was during the week. If you thought that this week was hot when we shot, you should have been here the rest of the entire summer. It was even worse. Believe it
Oh,
or
I
not.
can't imagine.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I mean, because I'm in Pennsylvania. Like, if we get like if it's in 96 or something like that, we're dying. And so yeah, that's like hot for us. So when I remember when I stepped off the plane and just went outside, it was like the heat just punched me right in the face, and I was like, oh my god, this is what I have to look forward to. And then, it's strange for me because even when we did that campfire thing the first night I was there, it was like 103 at like midnight, and I've never seen. So even without the sun, it was still 103 out there. And then we had to do a campfire where the heat's even kicking us more.
Come by the fire, get warmed up. Really, I'm already warm. Thank you, but
It doesn't cool off in the south. It just gets dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nuts. Definitely.
Now that's what we had in Washington State up until this year. That was Washington State, where we got the stuff in Seattle area. If it hits in the 80s or 90s, they freak out.
Yeah,
I'm in Central Washington. We're like 100 or more. And we're like, yeah, we won't take those 80s and 90s. We don't want those triple digits.
But on the flip side of that, you guys can handle snow and we can't. We get a trace
like
of
last year.
emergency. We shut the whole state down.
Last year in PA, we got like 3 feet of snow. You couldn't get on any roads for like 2 days.
We get a third of an inch, and that's the same situation.
You just gotta shovel it out from your front door, and then as soon as you get done, not even an hour later, you got told you got to go back outside.
Let's see. Will said something here. I was wondering which scene he was talking about, where that scene was cut. I don't know if he's serious or not, or I hope that's not the one where I fell. I went through all that for nothing. I don't know if that's when it came up. If you want to tell us which one you mean, Will.
Is Nemesis Beast Will? I'm just reading the message.
Yeah, that's Will.
Oh, hey.
So, but yeah. But thanks for stopping by, Will. We'll do another show probably during a weekday when we get some more people after the release. So, but I'm hoping it's not that scene. It's like I just fell for nothing. It's not even a worth bruise.
What do you say? I didn't get to catch all that. What do you say? The killer still had his glasses
Well,
on?
something I don't know what. Sorry, guys, that scene
He just posted it.
I don't know which one that was. I don't remember.
Right underneath it.
Yeah.
The killer still had his glasses on.
Are you talking about the campfire? Because you were talking about the heat and the campfire.
I don't know which scene it popped up on. So
no, I mean he commented just below that. It says the scene where we poured blood all over your head.
I hope it. I don't know.
Oh, it was that one.
Oh, the glasses were on your shirt.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I had my I had the mask on. I don't know. Where did I go?
I don't remember that scene.
I think he's talking about Steven might have had the glasses on.
No, I didn't have any.
Someone got stabbed in the head and they had glasses
Yeah,
on.
I stabbed him in the head.
Oh,
I
you
don't
said
remember.
all that blood? Oh, I hope that's not the scene that got.
I
I was like, oh, I got to come back. I got to come back now. We'll have to reshoot it.
Apparently, someone had when they got stabbed in the head, they had glasses on the shirt.
I don't know. Did I have my glasses on the shirt? I don't think so.
When I got stabbed in the head, he said.
Man, it is that one.
No!
Oh, Steven!
No,
Come on! No!
CGI that shit out or something. Like
Watermark it.
The glasses.
Cracking. That's a full post-production thing.
Did you delete the glasses out or something? Don't they have it where you can use paint and put it over or something?
Just do a quick.
Yeah, watermark it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ralph, your glasses were in your shirt.
All good. Yeah. Oh well. Hey, the killer might wear glasses. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, I'm vision impaired.
I mean, it's a nice movie. He's getting
or else he stole it, or unless he took it off a victim he killed as a trophy. That's all.
Yeah, that could be something.
So
I woke up the next day to say bye to everybody, and everybody was just gone. It's just Will and my buddy Arik. I'm like, damn, I didn't say bye to everybody. Shit,
Just don't.
Did you guys feel the same way?
After Ralph and Steven left, we still had to do the party scene, so we didn't get done until even after that.
Wow.
And I got to get up at 7 to hit the road, so I wanted to stick around, but I was like, I got to go.
Yeah, it was like everybody right after we shot had to go get a flight.
Yeah, my flight was super early, so I know like that was like pressure to get everybody like to the airport. Yeah, it was rough.
It worked
and
out.
It sucked. I think that was the worst part. Was just I think leaving the set was the worst part for me. I kind of already started missing everybody.
Yeah, it was like the next day. It's like, dang, nothing to shoot, and we're all gone already. It just flew by so quick.
Yeah, it did. It was intense, man. It was a marathon. It was nonstop work for everybody.
Yeah.
So you know.
What was that, Lizzie?
I didn't cut you guys off. I'm sorry.
No, we are just saying like it was nonstop, is what he said. So yeah.
Gotcha. No, I completely agree, and that's like the beauty and the pain of the film industry. But I was just going to add to that. Before Camp Blood, I had 2 other sets I was working on, so it was like back to back to back. So I was on a roll, and now there's a lull. And this goes off what you were saying, Nico, about like just missing everyone. Like I have like a triple dose of, I guess, what you would call post-set depression right now. One of them being Camp Blood, because you really do get so attached to the project and the cast and the crew. And I mean, when you're like just boots on the ground, like making movie magic, like so hard because it's such a challenge and you're all in it together. Like there's a bond that forms, and I love that about this industry.
Like being in the trenches and creating bond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Chadwick wanted to know where we filmed. It was filmed in Texas, a really awesome Airbnb. So like some of us stayed there where we filmed. It was really nice. Great filming location.
Speaking of Texas, they had that in the trailer, that scene with the meat hook. Reminds me of the horror movie that started it for me, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I love that.
Absolutely, yeah. That's what's really cool about this Camp Blood movie is there's so many tributes to so many different horror movies. Like you have, like you just said, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then we did a scene that was kind of like a tribute to Bela Lugosi, the old school Dracula. Yeah, like Steven was saying. Yep, Hannibal. Like, yeah. So there was like a lot of really cool tributes in the film itself. So that's, I think, what makes the movie so unique too. Obviously, Michael Myers to Halloween.
So, and I'll also mention again that tomorrow, I believe, is the last day for the Indiegogo. I'll go ahead and put the link in the description. Everything. There's still Blu-rays available, autographs, photo sets, a whole bunch of stuff on there. You can even get a role in the movie still, because it is still being shot in October, second part. So all that is still available. So check that out. So
hey,
we got someone else here popping up.
Yeah.
Hello.
Sorry, I'm late. I totally lost track of time. I'm so sorry.
No worries. So.
What's up?
Welcome.
Yeah, not counting this movie. What is your guys' favorite horror movie?
It.
Which It though?
I like the new franchise, the new one, a lot. I thought they did an amazing job.
Yeah. I don't know. I have so many. It's hard to choose. I mean, I'm just a big horror fan in general. A lot of the 80s slashers or Trauma or any of those. So.
Have any of you guys ever seen The Evil Within?
What was it? Evil Within?
Evil Within.
It was I know of the game, but
it's a movie. It's a really I don't know if it's not a very well known movie, but I love that film so much. I don't know, something about it really
Is that the one with Michael Berryman, or am I thinking of another movie?
I don't know. I'm not good with names, but the guy who made it spent like 10 years making different versions of it, and then he died before it was finished. But it is finished. It's a really It's a really cool movie. I would recommend it for sure. It's not like a
from
tip, like
2000, yeah, from
slap
2017.
movie, but it's good.
Let's see. Will says Ralph was amazing as the killer. He was a lot like the guy who plays the new Michael Myers. Everyone shines.
I agree with him. If I had like the same kind of hairline as him and everything, so I'd say yeah.
So Lorelei, you want to say who you played and how you got involved in it? We already went through our characters and everything, but if you want to go ahead and let us know.
Who did I? I played. Wait, why am I blanking on her name? What was her name?
Was it Abby?
Abby, yes.
Okay, good.
That was her name. Yeah, she's the one of the members of the band who she doesn't get turned into an evil clown, and she actually survives. But
so pretty much the final girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
She lives on to part 10.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, technically, though, this is the 13th one in the franchise, even though it's 9. But hey, so.
Yeah, why is it only 9 if it's the 13th one? Why isn't it 13?
So
maybe it's like the main line of the movies and not the spin-offs.
Yeah, there's like spin-off like Ghost of Camp Blood.
It kills.
Yeah, it's weird how it does that. I don't know, but it's all cool. I like the idea that we're on the 13th one. Like, yes, lucky 13. So.
Somebody's got to be watching them. Thanks, guys.
Oh yeah, it's been what? Was it 99 or 2000? I forget that came off.
I heard 99 somewhere.
It's 1999, but David Sterling, he's from Chicago, from Columbia Film School out here in my neck of the woods. So he's done a lot of films. So this is part 9, I believe.
Yeah.
9, from what he said.
Yeah, Will said different timelines, kind of like Marvel. So we're the Marvel of horror movies. So
the multiverse.
The multiverse. There we go.
Yeah.
Different versions of every clown. So yeah. Let's see if there was any other questions on the side here. I got a good question here. Anyone have real life characteristics that go with your character at all? Any traits?
Yeah, I do. I'm always
stalking people, right?
I'm always stalking women and stuff. Yeah, it came naturally to do this thing. No, I'm just joking.
How about you, Lily?
Yeah, I think I fit very well with my character because the job I was wearing, like all of that makeup, that was all my everyday wardrobe anyway. So I just kind of showed up. But yeah, no, I loved my character, and I loved my girls. I loved the band. I think we all fit really well.
Yeah.
Cody?
With me, not so much, although I really do enjoy being the butt of jokes or being the person getting laughed at. I'm really good at playing the fool, so I did enjoy doing that.
But yeah. I think for my character, just the humor a little bit and maybe sarcasm, but as for the being an asshole, pervy, no, not as much. Not too much. How about you, Nico?
Me, this was comedy, so I mean, I've taken comedy courses here in Second City in Chicago, so it came pretty easy, We try to deliver some lines. We try to be politically correct. So I'm glad Ralph said, that was excellent. The way the dialogue was presented was okay in the comedy. So, we'll see the final cut.
Yeah, I don't think anybody could have delivered the lines as good as Nico because they were hilarious. I mean, I was off set on the side and I was trying to keep my laughing down. I mean, I was really crying seriously. I think it was just totally hilarious.
Yeah, there's a lot of funny lines. Yeah,
especially that bar scene.
Yeah, They're not easy. It's if you don't do it the right way, the audience, the people that sit down and watch the film will not be too happy. So it came out pretty good, comedy, you know.
Yeah. So, and Lizzie, do you know about your character yet, or
No, not yet.
Or do you
No,
just,
not yet. I'm sure I'll hear something soon, but for now, I don't have anything for you.
It's a mystery. So what else we got there? What else you got there, Echo? Any other?
Oh, I think I heard Second City. It's a name I'm a bit familiar with because I'm like Elvira, and it's got a
Saturday
great
Night Live cast.
Yeah, it's the alumni of it is incredible.
Yeah,
You sit down,
Belushi,
yeah.
Aykroyd, Murray.
So I mean, you sit down, you look at the alumni. It's mind blowing of who's who. What was that experience like? With them.
It was mind blowing. I felt comfortable because I'm a Chicagoan, so a lot of these other people, pretty much come from the city. And I remember in 1994, I worked with Jeremy Piven. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him.
Yeah.
We did pilots out here called Cupid. So they were recruiting, But before the internet, if you ask me, I mean, I come before the internet era, and what we're seeing here now, it's I think before the internet era, people would get more work. People would get more work. I mean, the logistics part has changed for everything, even distribution, even your mom and pop theaters don't exist no more. And the AMC theaters that are still here, you kind of look at them and you're like, are they going to survive? Because MGM sold 4,000 of their films, their whole library, to something was called a streaming platform. And I'm like, you always want to catch up with technology and all, but it's just mind blowing. It's like, if you sold your whole library, what are you going to do with your studio in Hollywood? And then you read articles like Quentin Tarantino. I mean, he said maybe 5 or 7 months ago, Hollywood might not be there. So for him to say stuff like that, it's kind of, I don't know. I mean, they're transitioning too, because when it comes to distribution, I remember back in the day when we would come together and put, this is like 25 years ago now, you put down like $5,000, you do a film, and you get an MG, money guaranteed from a distributor, you get like 15 or 20,000. So when you look at the Hollywood side, when all these studios are trying to go through their distribution, now you got Netflix, now you got Apple, now you got all these other big tech companies, and these big tech companies got control now. So this is why Fran Drescher is fighting for all the SAG and AFTRA actors, I could see your point, but it's like a toppling effect for everybody in the industry, because I mean, when you look at the millennials, do they even go to the movie theaters? I mean, your younger cousins, look at them. Do they go to movie theaters?
The old video stores. You used to be able to go to old video stores and either buy or rent.
Yeah.
I have one in my small town called St. Jack's. I showed someone a picture of it. They thought I photoshopped it. Like, that's not real. They don't exist. Go, no. They're out there. You just don't hear or see them much.
Wow.
But they're still there. Just no more Hollywood. Was it Blockbuster? What's the other one? Movie Gallery.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's transitioning to streaming. So even the A-list celebrities in Hollywood are not getting paid. The money's not there. So it's going to be a smaller crowd now. But there's hope for the little guy like us.
Yeah.
Because when things topple down, there's always one or two films that come out every 10 years, to mainstream Hollywood. Terrifier, they went I mean, they had that one executive producer, Falcone, help them out. I had a chance to jump on board back in the day, and I'm happy for them, you know. But a film like that can happen to anybody. So as long as you give it all your best, you have the right people next to you, the most creative people, you know, because I think in the future everything's going to go CGI. You know, mind-blowing CGI to where you can't tell it's animation. You know, you can't tell. It looks. You look at what they're putting out now. It's like, that's CGI. I've seen stuff you guys haven't seen yet. I mean, maybe we'll do something with Dracula. I told Will. You know. So we'll see.
Look at those some of those last Star Wars movie when they had to recreate. What was it, Peter Cushing?
Yeah.
His face. The young what's the name? Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
Or with Luke Skywalker on that one show, Mandalorian, they had to recreate him.
Yeah.
Like I told somebody, it's pretty soon we're going to see them recreate John Wayne, you know, somebody who's been dead for decades, and they're going to recreate them for a movie.
That would be good. Lorelei, a couple of the questions that you had missed. Have you seen any of the Camp Bloods prior to it? And how did you get involved?
Yeah, I saw the last one, the other one Will made, and then I believe I saw the Camp Blood 6, I think. Yeah, I got involved. My friend Eric Garcia mentioned that there may be a role in a upcoming horror film, and I just got in touch with you guys, and it just kind of worked out. So, yeah,
there you are, the final girl.
Yeah.
And did you find any moments challenging or interesting?
Definitely. First thing that comes to mind is running at a pace that wouldn't be a normal run. That was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if there was like a Frankenstein clown girl behind me, I would like be bolting, but like having to I don't know.
Can't run too fast, but guys do the right speed.
Like our scene when we were interacting. No, the killer other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting mark there. Let's see who else any. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't go because my mom's in a wheelchair, and one of the last experiences I had is some people were rude and almost knocked her out of a wheelchair. So I'm kind of not big on theaters right now.
Wow. Disgusting.
Yeah. Will's got a question for you. Did you, Lorelei, did you like doing the fight scenes and being a final girl?
Yeah. Yes, I did. I love fight scenes. I like anything that's like high action, high drama. Those are my favorite scenes to film. So yeah, it was fun, like being fun, over the top. And yeah, it's I got to be the only one that lived. It's pretty cool. I'm a little bit jealous I didn't get turned into like a clown zombie. You know, that might have been more fun than like what ended up happening or what ends up happening to me in the end. But I guess there is. I'm just kidding. But I guess there is the chance that I can escape. Like she gets in like the mental hospital and like the evil clown. But I hope she does escape and that we can make a sequel. So yeah,
a sequel would be nice. Yeah.
Enjoyed that.
Do you have any favorite final girl yourself?
I would have to think about that for a second. Like a final, like what does that entail exactly? Like a person that lives.
Yeah, like let's say Neve Campbell from Scream, for example.
Yeah, Neve Campbell. Carrie. She just did the Halloween movie, and her name just skipped my mind.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
How could that skip my brain?
Yeah, that's right. Darn, I know I do, but I would have to think about it. And I don't know. What happens to Shelley Duvall in the end of The Shining? She dies, right? Does she?
No, she lives. It's
okay. That's my favorite. Okay, that's what I thought. I don't know if that counts. But
technically, she's would be the final girl for the movie, I guess you can say.
She probably like had a lot of bad stuff happen to her, and like it wasn't like a victory, but she did live, kind of like my character. You know?
Yeah.
A movie that had some particularly awesome music, by the way.
What?
The Shining had some pretty good music in it, I feel.
That is, yeah. It's a very good movie.
And
in horror movies, of course, there's the scream and the yelling. When you guys got to do, how do you feel about doing that in a movie? Having the scream and yell, act like you're scared.
I honestly get self-conscious about screaming. I always think that, like, I like screaming and like being really, dramatic and everything in a scene. But I get self-conscious about like my face screaming because I feel like I look strange when I scream. I look, as opposed to like cinematic, I look like I'm actually like really like in a state of like horrible anguish. It's like something people don't want to. I don't know, but I digress. But yes, always very fun to do that.
Yeah.
Does that take a toll on your throat or the vocal cords having to scream so much?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I've gotten hoarse after some shoots, like having to scream multiple times.
Yeah. How long have you been in the industry, acting?
Oh, well, technically, I'm not even gonna say because it'll reveal how old I am. Because I've been acting since I was 9, so a long time.
You look like you're 19.
Yeah.
That's not why I'm not gonna.
Are you old enough to drink? You're not 21.
No. But yeah, no.
In the horror industry, if you want to say.
The horror industry.
Yeah, or if you want to say, yeah.
Oh, was that what you guys said? Oh my god, I'm so
Or
sorry.
either way. Yeah.
Today. The horror, yeah, I just actually in the past 3 or 4 years really have really been getting into, like, I've always wanted to do horror, but I have finally been able, like, gotten the chance to do, like, I've done maybe 4 or 5 horror movies the past few years, and I want to be in as many as I can. But I am relatively new to, I want to do more. Let's just say that.
Yeah. So Will was saying that Lizzie will probably be the abusive nurse in the mental hospital.
Wait, like for Camp Blood, or is this like a joke?
For Camp Blood.
Oh, okay, cool. I love it.
Well, how's your trains? Are you abusive? Are you good at abusing people? That question.
Okay. Actually, I take back my excitement. What kind of vibes am I giving off?
Oh yes, crazy nurse. That's kind of funny.
Here's one for Ralph. We've seen a lot of these different killers in movies. The masked silent killer, Jason, Freddy, Leatherface. Of those killers, the masked killers from horror movies, what's your favorite?
As far as the one wearing the mask, I'm gonna say Michael Myers. I know this might sound weird, but like watching all the franchises and stuff like that, like even with Jason, like a lot of people are I think Jason's probably their number one favorite. But when I watch some of the movies, like to me, like it always felt like the Friday the 13th movies were like rushed and thrown into. Like some of the things don't make sense when you're watching them back to back. And I think with like the franchise for Halloween, a lot of stuff kind of followed each other. And Michael's just like this. I think what makes Michael so scary is he's silent. He has those movements where he twists his head and just looks at stuff when he's doing his handiwork. I think Michael Myers to me is probably the best as far as wearing the mask.
And we didn't get that head movement from Jason until Kane played him.
Right. Yeah, definitely. That's the thing. Yeah, and I think that's what it was. I think when Kane took over, he kind of owned the role. Like he was like, to me, he's my favorite Jason out of them all. But I just wanted to make it. We were talking about comparisons earlier about like how this movie pays tributes to other movies, and I just wanted to say one thing was Lorelai to me is like comparing her to like Dr. Loomis from the Halloween films because, like, you're gonna see what I'm saying because when you watch Lorelai in the movie, it's her delivery on stuff. You can feel it. Like you're really gonna feel like the terrified stuff. Like when Dr. Loomis, when Donald Pleasance did his role in Halloween, and he's like, "I shot him 6 times. I shot him 6 times." Like when he's doing that, you believe it. You're like, "Damn, this guy's like dead serious." And when you see Lorelai in this film, you're gonna be like, "Damn, this girl's scared out of her mind. She really is feeling this stuff." It makes you feel it.
I was saying earlier, I'm self-conscious about screaming because I'm afraid, like, it will come across as real. But yeah, thank you. I can't wait to see the final movie.
And that's the thing. She wasn't like, she didn't have to scream. Like when she delivered her lines, you believed it. You're like, damn, you know what I mean? You felt it. And that's the comparison. Like I would say, like Donald Pleasance, an excellent actor, a legend icon. Oh, yeah. When you see him in those films, when he speaks, you feel it. You really believe that that's how he feels. And I think that's what Lorelai does in Camp Blood 9.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I can't wait to see.
Now, Lily, on the other hand, when she's doing her scenes, because I'm not going to give spoilers away, but she's doing some like pretty uncomfortable scenes. I mean, if I was doing, I'd be very uncomfortable. And she's doing these like these scenes that are like creepy, and you feel it too. You know, they're like, oh man. So, like our whole cast really was the actresses, the girls on set were amazing. They like really did their job. Like I said, Nico, he delivered his stuff, man. Like when you see Nico's stuff, you're gonna laugh your ass off so hard because he's on another level. You know, that's all I could say about him. And then Cody was great too. Like Cody was awesome. Mm-hmm. Steven was awesome. He was doing his thing. He had a lot of, you know, I'm not going to give spoilers away, but a lot of creepy stuff going on there with his character and stuff. And like he said, being a dick and all that stuff.
A big old perv too. And
yeah, like he makes it believable. So everybody played their part so well that I think this movie is just going to rock.
It's like, I don't know if I should be proud of that or not. But thank you.
Thanks, Ralph.
Yeah, you too, Ralph. You pulled that off, and
Ralph was on the floor laughing.
I couldn't stop laughing. I had to cover my mouth and leave because I didn't want to like Shannon had these high-tech cameras, and we were like, I hope he didn't pick me up laughing because I was laughing hysterical. Nico had me like just rolling.
I have a question for you, Ralph.
Too. Oh my gosh, David Perry had some funny lines while we were spying on the girls.
I have a question for Ralph. Ralph, I got a question for you. I don't want to get into my scenes here, but I know what you heard, what you saw. Did you get offended in any way when you were looking at my scenes?
No, absolutely not.
Thank you. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. I just want to, you know, because as an actor, that's what goes on behind my head. It's like,
right.
You know, if you put yourself in my shoes, if you don't do it the right way, you know, we might have not too many happy customers, you know, but I'm glad it worked out. So,
yeah. No, I thought it was amazing. I mean, like I said, the delivery is just, it's the way you deliver it. Like there's a lot of things I don't know about acting, but like the way you delivered it was like classic. Yeah, that's why I can explain it.
So, oh, were you done? I'm sorry, Ralph. I didn't mean
that. We were talking about David Perry now, so let's go to David.
Yeah, we can go to David Perry. Yeah. So, yeah, he did a good job on his too. His one line was hilarious. I can't wait for people to see that. Which it's sort of there is the clip of us spying on him. You could sort of hear it over the music, listening carefully, but I'll just leave it at that. Like if you want to try to really listen, you might be able to hear it. So some of us, you know, I won't spoil any death scenes, but if you could have a certain death scene, how would you like to die in a horror movie?
I would like to spontaneously combust.
Nice.
Okay.
I would require some CGI, but
That was quick. Oh, I'm gonna burn. you definitely would have had some fun.
And yet still come back for the sequel.
Exactly. Play the twin.
Right.
And then die again. Let's see. How about you, Ralph? Or if you weren't the killer and being killed?
I don't even know how to answer that. Maybe maybe all the girls that I'm stalking come back and just kill me because I'm just a pain in their ass.
Kind of like how in Death Proof, how they beat the shit out of him at the end of 2 Survivors.
Yeah, he gets his. Yeah, you get your due.
There was a movie from the 70s or 80s that had that with the killer. I just can't remember the name. Where the guy was a killer at the end, they all come back and kill him. I
can think of like I Spit on Your Grave type of thing. Like the tormenting.
Oh
the
yeah,
girl.
Camille Keaton. I talked to her. I talked to her to join. I don't know if you guys know. I Spit on Your Grave, that 1970s film.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I was on the phone with her months ago trying to bring her on board.
Oh wow.
But yeah, true story. Me and Will. So it didn't work out. So maybe next time we'll bring her on. But I really wanted her to be a part of our cast here. But
yeah, I mean, I've been looking at that poster for that for years, only to find out I was looking at Demi Moore's butt for years. Like, wait a minute, that's Demi Moore's butt? I did not know that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. Yeah, I met her. She was at a Texas Frightmare one years back. She was pretty cool. Camille Keaton. So, but that'd be cool to work with her though. Like a lot of people, like I see. That's a good question. Who would you like to work with? Whether someone either mainstream or independent, or it doesn't matter. Who would you like to work with? We'll go
Ralph's answer.
Yeah.
If I was going to work with someone on a horror movie, my favorite actor is Al Pacino. But as far as horror goes, my goal is to somehow get in a movie with Bill Moseley. Him and Sid Hager are my two favorites. So if I ever got to be in a movie with them, that's what I want to be with.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. Yeah, I'd have to say probably like Kane Hodder or Danielle Harris. I've met Danielle Harris several times. Again, I would love to work with her though. She's amazing. So.
I would love to have Nicolas Cage yell at me in a movie.
Right in the eye, right?
Just make a small man feel smaller.
Just yell at you the whole time. Or who was it? He had a meltdown. He played an American Psycho. Yeah, there we go. He had like a meltdown.
Terminator. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the lighting guy or the sound guy.
Oh yeah.
Christian Bale.
Yeah. Yeah. They released the audio of that when he was screaming and cussing at the guy. And then later on, they had one with the guy from Mission Impossible. Did that. Someone didn't wear a mask on set or something.
Well, Will, if you make that happen, I'm going to have to owe you double for my whole life.
We all got to be in that one now. Got to work with you.
No, I owe everything to Will and Julie. So, yeah, I mean, they gave me such an opportunity, and I'm so grateful for it.
And we'll bring some Tutti Frutti ice cream too to say go some Tutti fucking Frutti.
I'll bring some Tutti. Yeah, a true story on Amityville Turkey Day when we did that film. I make my own moonshine, but I make horror themed moonshine. So one of my moonshines is Tutti fucking Fruity. So we drank that on the set when we did our last night of filming, which was pretty cool.
As you should.
How about you, Lorelai? Who would you like to work with?
Oh man, yeah, I was thinking. There's a lot of people. I don't know. There's a lot of people I want to work with. Like, I don't know. It's a hard one. You mean like within the horror genre, or like anyone?
or anyone, horror or in general.
Oh my
Anyone.
god. There's too many people that I would want to work with. I can't answer that. I don't know. It's a lot. But
And anyone would you like to do your own writing or directing, or just stick to acting?
Yeah, eventually I would. Yeah, I'm not rushing into it, but I definitely have ideas for the future that I think I will eventually make.
Okay.
Myself.
For some scripts, you mean? Yeah. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, Lily?
I've done a little bit of directing, but not in like any amount to what I would have wanted to by now. But yeah, I'm working on it. No spoilers.
Okay. All right. Oh, go ahead. How about you, Cody?
Not me so much. I kind of do like. I would go as far as I get. Like, I like how Will lets us kind of play with our scenes, kind of
Yeah.
improv. I like doing that stuff, or kind of just bouncing ideas. I don't know so much about doing like a full script and directing, but I do. I enjoy contributing and just having fun with my character and trying to add stuff as we're doing it.
Mm-hmm. And how about you, Ralph?
I'm actually working on my own story. I'm writing like a movie. I don't know, but I have to. I'm going to get with Will on it and see if he wants to help me out, because I don't really know like how to format scripts and stuff like that when you're actually writing them out. So I have no experience in that type of stuff. But I do have a really cool story, and I think it would take off. I got some talent. You know, I don't want to spoil it, but I do have some like professional wrestlers I know from the business that want to be some characters in the film. So if I can get it all together, you know, I think with Will and Julie, maybe we could do something pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds good. So we'll just keep an eye on that. So, any other interesting stories you care to everybody care to share about Camp Blood that maybe some of us might not know that happened on set, or any other moments you enjoyed while being there? So, whoever wants to start is fine.
I have some. Well, you and me have some good experiences on set.
Mm-hmm.
I think when we roomed together, you know, we didn't
couches.
get
Those were comfortable couches. That was a nice couch.
Yeah, it was. Well, I was on the ottoman. I was sleeping on the ottoman in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
But we had some sleep deprivation. I know I didn't get too much sleep because we had like a polar bear in the next room.
No, please tell me more about how you guys had good sleep. I want to hear.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Cody was in the chair. He was sitting next. We're not going to mention names, but yeah, it was horrible.
It like echoed down the hall. I'm sure. It's like
the next morning, you go, how'd you sleep last night?
What sleep? You know, I didn't get no sleep. I know I didn't. I maybe slept 15 minutes, and then I woke up and I saw Shannon standing in the doorway, and I was like, "Oh, he's up." And I just got up and we started working on our mechanic scene like 7 a.m. It was like, that's funny.
I mean, luckily the next night, Will let me sleep in his room, and that guy can cuddle.
Will's a peddler. I wonder if he's still here.
Yes, it was. He cuddles very hard, and I appreciated it.
So that's how you got the part, huh?
That's how he got me to have the part.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's funny.
I woke up out of bed one day and I could have swore I saw a body on the floor. I'm like, what the fuck? It was Arik. He was sleeping on the floor. Okay. Okay. He could have told me he was gonna, you know, come to Texas. You know, last minute thing. Not everybody. I didn't have the whole list of names, you know. So that was kind of neat.
Yeah. Oh, it was fun too when we were watching Carousel. I introduced some of you folks to it. Steve Rudinsky. That was fun.
That's a good
Wait, were
movie.
you watching it, Lily? I can't remember you. I know Janet was watching. Did you come in and watch it with us?
Yeah, I was a little, yeah.
Little snippet there. That was fun.
Gotta love Duke.
Oh yes, Duke for president. How about you, Lizzie? Any fun stories you'd like to share
regarding the Camp Blood set, or I had to step out for a little bit because of the dogs? But
that's fine. Yeah, regarding Camp Blood, yeah, that you haven't shared yet. Or...
Let me think. I'm sure there was something. Oh, David Perry and I don't want to spoil, but some of his special effects makeup that between Will and I both that we worked out for him. He was just I feel like he was just like eating every bit of it up. Like he loved I don't know. He was just so funny. Like while we were filming all of that, and he was trying to like keep the prosthetics like in place so like nothing, because he had some big pieces, like nothing would move around. Like he was just cracking me up. I thought that was hilarious. If I don't really remember specifics, to be honest with you, but I just remember him being very funny when he was shooting that. He's a feet and a half. And fun fact, I don't know if you guys remember Jacob. He was one of the production assistants. Dark hair. I think he wore a black polo most of the time. He and I actually worked together going on 4 years ago now on another set in the North Houston area, which is where I'm located. And it was a complete surprise to see him. So that's something else, like additional that I can share. I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in forever. And he was like, I thought you were just in Houston. I was like, no, I travel as needed, blah, blah, blah. So I thought that was cool to get to run into him again. I hadn't seen him in forever. So that was kind of funny. And again, a cool coincidence. So fun time overall.
Yeah, and meeting everybody and hanging out, like we said, it's just a camaraderie. I had a good time bonding, meeting everybody, and we all played our parts excellent, and it was just overall a really good time. So, let's see. Anything else working on or want to promote besides Camp Blood?
I guess I'll go first. I had the feature film set I was on before this one. It officially wrapped production like last night. I've been wrapped for about a month, but the entire production wrapped up last night. So hopefully I will be sharing a trailer for that soon on my platforms if you want to keep an eye out. Complete opposite genre, but I'm the lead in it, so it was a blast. Just a little shameless self-promotion. But I am very excited to see the trailer and what they do with it in post. So there's that for me.
Okay. How about you, Lily?
I actually have a premiere that is tomorrow night for a zombie short film, and it's my first experience being in a zombie film. So yay, that was super fun, and hopefully it will win something in the competition. So we'll see.
I always want to be a zombie. That'd be fun.
It was amazing.
I've got a movie. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I've got a movie coming out. I think maybe I'm not sure when it's coming out, but it's Robert Sardo's first movie that he made. Like he directed it, and it's called American Trash. I think it's going to be really, really cool. It should be out in like 4 or 5 months. I don't know. It doesn't have a release date yet, but I think it's going to be good. So,
okay.
American Trash.
American Trash. It just sounds good.
Yeah, it's. I won't give any spoilers, but it's definitely going to be a special one.
Did you say trash or trashed?
Oh, American Trash.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How about you, Cody?
The newest thing I have out just came out. You can buy it from Retro Exploitation. It's called Amityville Apocalypse. Originally supposed to be called the Amityville Final Nail in the Coffin. and it's basically just a bunch of Amityville shorts that a bunch of people did, and I'm in the one called Amityville Estate Sale.
Okay.
Wasn't somebody telling us about that movie?
Kyle has a part in that.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. His is good too, and I think Will has a couple of them in there also. So
okay.
It's pretty neat. Check it out.
And Ralph?
As far as anything released of me is Wolf Hollow, which is pretty much everywhere. It's like Amazon, all the streaming platforms. You can pretty much find that movie. But I'm like Campfire victim number 16, I think they called me. So it's I'm like as soon as the movie starts, you'll see me, and it happens pretty quick. It's like pretty much a big setup for the rest of the film.
Nice. How about you, Nico?
Oh, yeah, your mic's on. Yeah, he's got his mic on.
His mic's off. Yeah.
Still
Your mic's on mute.
Yeah, it's still off. Click your mic.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
Yes, Dr. Gift came out in Texas. They had their premiere. When was it? Last week?
Okay. Yeah, that's the one with Danielle Harris. I want to see that.
Yeah, I couldn't get to that one, but I had people texting me, saying you were hilarious. So, which, I don't expect stuff like that, but when you get texts like that, that's kind of neat, because you have your followers, your fan base. In London in October, I'll be going to a premiere. We did The Night Riders, slated for a TV series. During COVID, we worked on it, and it was kind of rough. So that's waiting to be picked up. And then I did a World War II film out there. I think that's coming out a month afterwards. I did Devil's Night with Kevin Zorbo, Mahal Empire Productions. I don't know if you know Sonny and Michael. They've done a lot of films lately. And I jumped on Night of the Tommyknockers, if I remember, with Richard Grieco. Then they did Bermuda Island with Michael Madsen. And let's see. Let's see here. And then a lot of theater stuff on my end. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then hopefully next year we get to do something. I'm trying to help Arik here with his script. So I'm trying to put a group of people together,
Okay.
And that might require some time, so we'll see what happens, I'll be working with him next year, and I'm going to try my best to kind of see where we could go with that,
Yeah.
Oh, and then I did a short film, a Galileo film, called The Old Man on the Rocking Chair, and that's won, I think, 50-some awards in film festivals, Shock Fest, London film festivals, Santa Barbara film festivals. So I'm kind of honored with that. You guys should go on YouTube and see that. It's a neat film. I worked with Eric Yoder, a very talented director, writer, FX guy, and maybe next year we'll do more stuff like that, because I love creep show type of stuff, I don't know if you guys are big fans of the Creep Show.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Where that one driver runs over the lady. Thanks for the ride, lady.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we should bring that back in Texas.
There you go.
Isn't that
blow it up into a film? Thanks for the ride, lady.
Isn't that based on an old urban myth or something, that bit?
Yeah.
Probably an urban legend, yeah.
Yeah, I think I've heard it before.
It's tempting to do remakes of those,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's much easier. Back in the day, it was giga technology. Now it's nanotechnology. And I used to play with Panavision cameras back in the day. I mean, and what I see today, it's just I'm just mind boggled because back in the day, you had Teamsters with trucks unloading lighting equipment. It was, it's all union to begin with. So you look at how films are shot today in Hollywood, it's like you don't see those big semi trucks full of stuff no more. So it's kind of neat seeing both before and after the internet world. But these young kids are much more adaptive to software. It's you master software, you could become the next biggest star.
Right.
Look at Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
So you had mentioned like during COVID, it was kind of tough for you. So like for more Lorelai, Nico, and who's done a bit more than us, when COVID hit, how did it affect you, and what work did you do, or did you try like anything remote work, or how was that for you?
Lori, you can go first.
Oh,
Ladies first.
Yeah, I was actually surprised at the amount of productions I worked on during COVID. Like maybe not at the height of it when everyone was in lockdown, but I still there were still a few things going on around the time. So I wasn't out of work for whatever amount of time it went on. But yeah, it was crazy. I don't know.
Yeah. So how about you, Lily?
I wouldn't say that I stayed pretty busy during COVID, but we still had a good healthy flow of productions, and especially on the larger ones, they were very on top of things with like procedures and hours and things like that. So I still had a pretty good flow of work too.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard from a couple of other guests too, like on some sets, they got tested every day and everything and kept conditions safe and all that. So
yeah, if you watch Pearl, you see a lot of people wearing face masks, and they wrote it in that there was a pandemic itself going on at the time that movie took on, and that's how they excuse seeing people walking around the movie with masks on.
Makes sense.
That works. How about you, Lizzie? Anything during COVID that was a challenge for you? Or?
Oh man, during COVID, so I had wrapped a production. I think I want to say it was 3 weeks before the world kind of went kaput, like that first week of March. I had wrapped a film in, just 3 weeks before, so sometime in February. It was a 2-month shoot, and then I also wrapped a show that I was the lead in. It was literally March 1st of 2020. So I wrapped up 2 really, really, really big projects right before everything went crazy. And then I was forced to kind of be in corporate for a little bit after that, and I hated every minute. That is now forever on the internet, but it's true. And luckily I don't really have to, do that anymore. So, but during COVID I did, and it was not fun. So yeah, that's how mine went. It was relying on the corporate world just to get through the pandemic. But honestly though, I was kind of I was grateful to have even that, because some people couldn't even have that at their fingertips because of layoffs and things of that sort. So
yeah.
It was weird being a wrestling fan and they're doing wrestling shows during that time, and you see nobody until someone decided to have that big video wall. That looks creepy. All those faces. You watch the background, and all of a sudden you see that somebody is asleep. He's still watching it asleep. And they were putting whatever image they could find, but it was creepy. Just a wall of monitors, and you see all these faces.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, Rob, you did wrestle. Which division? Or I'm not a wrestling fan. I'm sorry, but for people who are, what part did you play in? Or not part you play in. I'm sorry. Which division or whatever?
Well, for me, I would be an independent pro wrestler, so I would just work different shows here and there. But but I did have like the honor of wrestling and getting my ass kicked by like some of the best in the business, like Dustin Rhodes, Billy Gunn. I wrestled the New Age Outlaws with Road Dogg. One of my biggest matches with Kevin Nash.
Ooh, big
I know
sexy.
who he is, but okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so and Kevin is he's a big actor now too. He's like, you know, Magic Mike, all that Tarzan, all that stuff.
He got stabbed during a movie, an accident.
What's that?
He got stabbed an accident during a movie.
Yeah, like, you know, it's crazy what can go on in a movie set. Like you never know. Like accidents happen. So I know when I'm doing like now I'm kind of helping Will and Julie with the stunt coordinating on their sets and stuff, and trying to help them fight scenes and stuff like that. And we had like some fight scenes on Camp Blood 9, like with Janet Wang and Craig Savinoff, just as long as I say his name correctly. I apologize. But yeah, we had some fight scenes with him, and he's a pretty jacked dude. So there's some pretty cool stuff that I did with him. You know, I don't want to give anything away, but yeah, we had some pretty good like fight scenes on Camp Blood 9. And I just tried to use some of my wrestling background to do some combinations with people and just make sure nobody got hurt on set.
Since we're speaking stunts a little bit, Lorelai, any other movies where you had any certain stunts that you had to do or anything that was challenging for you?
I'm trying to think.
Or fight scenes or anything like that?
Yeah, I know there definitely have been. No, I'm sorry. I'm just like I'm trying to think. In the movie Bomb City a few years back, we had a big scene where like this group of punks was like attacking, or like they got in like a mass riot fight thing with it. Like I don't know. I'm not gonna like digress on the whole story, but we were trained in fighting. So like basically in every take, we would like run towards the other guys and just like fake fight for like a while, and that would be the take, and then do it again. It was actually kind of fun. I don't know. We've done like other stuff too, but I can't think of it at the moment.
So, how about you, Nico? And you got the mic muted again.
I gotta go back to let's see, 1996. PJ Hogan, the director from Australia, came down to do my best friend's wedding. He did Muriel's wedding in Australia, and then he comes back in 2002 to do Unconditional Love, and he brought the British actor back, Rupert Everett, and I was his body double, stunt double. And there was a scene in the city here where they had me hanging off a bridge, and I've done a lot of stuff too. I mean, stunt work. I mean, I'm open to stuff like that too. But that scene where they had me hanging off the bridge because the bridge would open and close, they would literally do one scene a whole day, you know. So it was backbreaking work. Plus, you had a harness connected to you, and all these other guys from other countries who don't speak English, who are stunt coordinators trying to work with you. By the time I finished, I had like bruises and on my knees and a sprain on my ankle. It was just rough work, you know. And then they went to London to finish off, and I opted not to go. So it was just too much. 3 months of that stuff, you know, was enough. It was an honor, don't get me wrong, but it's just when the bridge opens up and you're hanging off, you know, we're going, what is it, a 90-degree angle or a 35-degree angle? It's like you're going to Great America, catch a ride on the roller coaster, you know. So it was a high. It was a different of a high, you know. You were kind of like your adrenaline's pumping, and you're getting high all the time on just hanging off a bridge. So that's the way I looked at it.
How about you, Lily? Any other fight scenes besides knocking Cody in the face? We know that.
Poor Cody. Most of my fights and stunts have been during my murder scenes in different films. Oh gosh, I've died in horrible ways. I think my favorite though was probably I was having this intimate scene with this actor, and he reached under the bed and pulled out a machete and cut my head off. So yeah, that was fun.
How about you, Lizzie? Have you done any stunts or not yet? Any fight scenes? Or?
Yeah, so I was on a set in May, and I had an incredible scene partner. Her name's Emily, and she and I became really good friends. And she and I had a fight scene in the mud, and it was intense. Like the ground that we had to like literally roll around on. There was like so much gravel, like it killed our knees. And I mean, of course, for parts of it, there was a crash pad. But like when we were like on the ground, like fighting, like that gravel like, killed us. But yeah, that's the most recent one I've done.
I'm surprised something like that with gravel. They didn't have like any mats or anything. Like when I was an extra in Never Back Down, they were in the parking lot. They had like a mat that looked exactly like the gravel or road or whatever in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, like I said, we had crash mats for when we had to do like falls and whatnot. But when we were like basically not strangle, not tackle, like I guess wrestling is the word I'm looking for, like on the ground, and you could actually like see like, oh, they're actually on the ground. There's just not much we could do to get away with hiding it. But yeah, that's the most recent fight scene I did.
Okay. Yeah, I want to do a fight scene eventually. That'd be fun. So at least I get to die. I mean, hey.
And you get some exercise in. It's a win all the way.
Exactly. I used to do some stuff in drama class, like we did the fake fight and everything, and did certain scenes. But as for a movie-wise, not yet. So we'll see.
I'll say Lily gave me a good fight. I'm not gonna lie. So we kind of had like a fight scene too, and she's pretty strong. I'm gonna say it. She's pretty strong. I had to take her down to the ground, but she's a good champion. She took it like a champ, and she's like I said, she was strong.
She didn't die easy, though. A little fight. Take it with me. Let's see what else. Wow. Coming up in an hour and 47 minutes. Like I said, it flies by, doesn't it? It doesn't even seem that long. I don't know. Any other final words, or is there any questions? Let's see. Or anything you want to add?
If we had more time, Steven, I would have gone to Walmart and buy you new shoes. I mean, I don't know if you clean those shoes with the mud off. Did you get that?
It finally came off. There was like a little bit, but it was real muddy. Like it was like crusted on there, but
I felt bad. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh man. That was crazy falling in that. But like, where did that mud even come from? I don't get it. Like everywhere else was dry, dead grass. And
yeah, it was all good though. As long as it wasn't scrape. I was looking for scrape marks on your legs. I'm like, what?
No. Like I said, I don't know if I posted or not. I got pictures of my knee imprints where he fell down. You can see like where I fell down. I was like, straight up, I should put like cement in it and sign it and everything. Yep, here's the knee prints of the famous Camp Blood slide there. I know. One question I always ask everybody: what's another interesting fact about yourself? Whether it's a hobby, a talent, or anything along those lines. And I guess we'll just start on the top and go down. If you want to go first, Lizzie.
Yeah, I do competitive archery. I actually had a tournament last night, and I just found out that I qualified for the finals tomorrow morning. So,
congratulations!
Yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome. Good job. I was joking around before. I was like saying about Robin Hood, and then I found out that was a term. Like I was just joking. I didn't know that was an actual term when I told you guys.
I will tell you, and I won't go on and on. But last night, during pre-qualifications, I did Robin Hood and Arrow, and I was like, no, but I like stocked up on extra ones in case that were happening, or in case that were to happen, and I ended up needing the backstop. So, but I did Robin Hood / Split and Arrow last night. So yes, Stephen, it is indeed a thing. Like we were talking about, it happened again. So yeah,
wow. And you didn't even mean it that time either.
I know, and hey, it's still counted as like my score. So
that's good.
But yeah, that's my other thing besides the film industry.
Nice. Well, good luck on that tomorrow. So let us all know how it goes.
Sure.
Lily.
Oh gosh, I do so much. In my free time, I float around as clinic staff to exotic animal sanctuaries, wildlife rehabs, exotic vets, and things like that. So that's my main thing other than the film industry, which is my full time. And I'm also a sponsor of the Dallas Sumo Club. So we do have like authentic sumo tournaments all over the US, and that's my pride and joy.
Nice. All right. Cody.
I actually meant to ask you, Lloyd, do you happen to know if any of the places you volunteer at, if you got any of the animals when Joe Exotics probably got shut down? Did you guys happen to get any of them?
We did. We sure did. We have about 70 cats of various like species on the property right now, and some of them are from there. Yeah.
How are they doing now that they're there with you guys?
Much better. We do have an on-site vet, along with our various clinic staff and interns, and they are all peak condition now. Thank goodness.
I live in Oklahoma, so I went to it after the show hit, and it was pretty bad.
Yeah. Someone did a video of the park, what it looks like, kind of like now, and it
was bad. Like all the same people were still there. So I mean, that was weird, but it was like they were one of the first places that started the soft opening with COVID, since it was outside, and they didn't know that the animals could get COVID also, and they probably didn't care. I mean, if you've ever seen the show, but it was. They looked hungry, like it was bad. It was really bad. I like Ralph already knows I'm a big wrestling fan to a fault, probably. I also have a podcast I do called Schlockaholics, where we just go on just B movies and beyond, like the worse the better, really. And in the last couple of years, I've developed an obsession with having bunnies. I don't know what it is, but they're just I don't know. We got 2 for my son for him to learn responsibilities, and I was against it because like they're going to become my bunnies, and I'm so glad they did. Like those are, I don't know.
Ralph.
Well, let's see. Nothing really exciting for me. I mean, what I do for a living is I'm an inventory specialist for one of the top pharmaceutical companies in the world. So I do that during the day. But just like Cody was just saying, professional wrestling is definitely one of my big passions. Gaming, I do that too. But one of my top things is just being a dad. I have 3 beautiful kids. My youngest is my biggest responsibility right now. She almost passed away in like 2019. She came down with like a thing called acute flaccid myelitis, and it's just a weird thing that attacks children. It only happens to children, and it basically paralyzed her and almost made her lungs stop. But I stayed in I was in the hospital with her for about a month and a half, and I rehabbed with her and got her back on the road, taught her how to walk again. And she's doing great now. She's about 85% recovered. So, yeah, she's doing great. And I think that's just my big thing. That's my passion. My daughter, my youngest.
It's good she's doing better, man.
For sure.
And she's super proud of her dad. Now that I'm in movies, I'm a big deal to her. So it's all.
Nico.
Me, I airbrush. I probably have like 100 paintings throughout the last decades. Every now and then I'll go back. I love to write. I published a book. I'm an author. When you don't have acting jobs, you just want to stay productive and contribute. So you want the mind to keep going, right? So you're going to go grab that camera and knock on your neighbor's door and interview another subject. When you're tired of doing that, you go back to theater, you know. So in a way, it's a craft, you know, you don't want to lose it. So you just, I mean, the only thing we can do is just contribute, be productive, and just keep going, you know. I'm a boring guy, you know. If you hang out with me, I'm real boring, you know. English was not my first language, so I grew up in Europe. So I have the best of both worlds. So I've done a lot of theater out there, you know. So main goal is to go to Hollywood. So we're all going to Hollywood, fellas.
Yeah,
we're going
let's
to Hollywood.
Go. I'll meet you all there.
We're going to Hollywood. Next year is going to be a better year for everybody. So maybe next year I'll do something, you know, film-wise. But I want to say thank you to Will. Pleasure working with him. We're going to work again together.
Yes, thank you, Will. If you're still here or watching the replay, we appreciate you very much.
Yeah,
and Lola. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it was a pleasure working with you all. So I had a great time.
Likewise.
Yeah, and it's a small world, so it's all about relationships in this business, you know. So it's a small community, and you know we'll bump into each other. So.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yep.
Lorla.
Let's see. Well, I love to paint and draw. When I'm not acting, I'm an artist. I got my degree for that, and you know, I've been painting my whole life, and I really, really enjoy doing that. So I do that, and also I'm obsessed with my cats.
I was gonna say I saw them walking around there.
Cats, and I just got these two new little guys. They're being shy, but they're babies, and I love them. And yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of boring. Not much else.
I don't know if I have Cheetah Will still in here, but he has a cat that he loves seeing cats and people who have them. So that's his.
They are like magical creatures. Hey, hey! They know that I'm trying to show them off, so they're like.
Yeah, every now and then we have certain pets on the show. So
there's one I'm a fan of. Its nickname is the Werecat. I don't know if you've seen them.
Yeah.
The way the fur and stuff. What do they say? What was it? A newborn is like 1,500 or something. Like, why am I not breeding those?
What about it now? What about werecats?
They were like at one point they were like 1,500 a cat. I'm like, why am I not breeding them?
Dang, 1,500! Shoot. I should just find a stray cat and just like mess up its hair. Yes, it's a werecat. Maybe people will fall for it. Yeah, I got to work tomorrow, and we're coming up to 2 hours. Any last final messages? I think we did a good job. I had a good time seeing all of you and talking again.
I look forward to seeing the movie when it comes out.
Yeah, we all are. It's going to be really good, I think. The best of the Bloods, in my opinion. So.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's see. Steven said, I don't know if you saw Steven came in. He said hi to everyone, so he always stops by. And I'm sure he also promotes people too, so I'm sure maybe he might connect with you. Maybe, I don't know. So, but all right. So, any last words? I guess I'll go ahead and end it for the night, and maybe have you back after the release.
Thank you, Stephen, for having us on. This was so much fun. So great. Thank you.
Yes, and thanks for joining.
Yeah.
It was great. It was great meeting you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, of course, and hopefully.
And we're going to Hollywood. We're going to Hollywood.
Yes, we are.
what we're doing.
That's the plan.
We're going big time.
So, all right. Have a good night, everybody.
All righty. Good night. Pleasure.
Yep.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yep.
And next week, everybody, we got Mary Alice Reisner coming on. So hope you'll tune in for that. It's like as we dwindle down. Bye. So, all right. Thanks again, and everyone who was in the chat and watching the replay. And see you next week. Bye.